Hey everybody, how's it going? I wanted to go through the last war that we had, 3 stars into Sun. It was a really good war for us, probably one of the best wars, and we did pretty amazing. They didn't do too bad. They got some of our bases 3-starred, actually quite a few of them, but they left a lot of the Town Hall 8s, a lot of the easier Town Hall 8s, all of our Town Hall 9s, except for our number 3 guy, which it's kind of funny because nobody knows how to 3-star that base, but these guys managed to do a really good job. Um, and we did a fairly decent job of taking all the bases out except for a few here and there. And our number 1 guy, which their number 1 guy, I got 83% on. I just ran out of time. I got 100% on the number 2 guy. 5 got 3-starred, 6 got 3-starred, and then from 8 down, every single person was 3-starred. So we did a really good job of taking everybody out on this war. It was, like I said, it was another near perfect war for us. Just a few bases lying in the wake there. So I wanted to go through and hit up a couple of these bases, and that way you guys can think. Let me turn that volume down because I know that gets really loud. I want to start the number 2 guy. This was a Go Valo attack. So 2 golems, 8 Valkyries, and a lot of wizards and a lot of balloons and a few wizards. The key here is to take out the air defenses in the core. So to get your your Valkyries to get into there, you want to place a jump spell right where this elixir storage is. And create a very strong funnel by clearing out all this trash and dropping your Valkyries way up here, and that will allow them to go to the center of the base and go inside of that core and start hollowing out the core. Once it's hollowed out and those air defenses have dropped, then you've basically got it made. So you can see now the queen just went down, the enemy queen just went down, my king took her down, and the golem is tanking for that cannon, and X Valkyries are making their way in. The clan castle troops just made their way out. There goes the Valkyries. I was a little early on the heal, but it was okay because I still had plenty of juice left in those Valks. Throw a rage in the core and just let the Valkyries take the rest of the base out. And I think there's only like 4 Valkyries left, but that's more than enough Valkyries to take out the rest of that base. Now you send in your balloons once the air defenses are down. And you just send in balloons targeting air defenses, not necessarily the cannons, because the cannons aren't going to hurt anything anyways, neither are the mortars. So your Teslas, your wizard towers, and your archer towers are really what you're after there. Now you can see, I basically have a wizard tower and a Tesla. Wizard tower just went down, and there goes the balloons, taking out that last mortar, and this base is toast. So we're going to ×4 that, and I didn't even actually use my poison spell. I should have, but I didn't. I probably would have saved maybe a Valk or 2 if I had. But yeah, that base was fairly simple. It's a really weak base design. You never really want to put your air defense in the core like that. Always, always, always try to distribute them throughout the rest of the base. Now this base was attacked by Traymond, our number 6 guy. He moved up a spot and 3-starred the number 5 guy, which was pretty good job on his part. It's always good to see somebody able to 3-star a base that's actually higher than them. It's not very common to see that, especially whenever you're talking, being at Town Hall 9 level. So what he does is he sends in a couple of golems, provides a tank, and his goal is to get to that queen and take out those clan castle troops. So there goes the king. He's beating up on the queen. Queen's gone, and now his queen is going to take out those balloons, as well as get that dragon taken care of, so he doesn't have to worry about any of that. Now, while all that happened, and we missed it, but his hogs got sent from this side, and he's going to start working his hog magic on the rest of the base and just start taking out all the defenses. So there goes his hogs, and he's got a really strong pack working their way around the top side of the base, and he's going to continue to place heal spells for those hogs, so he doesn't have to worry about very many of them dying. He's going to lose quite a few to spring traps. And, well, there they go. There they go. And this base is pretty much done. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 defenses left. And he still has a heal spell left in the bag. So he's doing really, really well. And actually, he probably could have done it without this last heal. But just in case, just go ahead and drop that last heal down. Keeps all the hogs healed up while they're working on the Expo. And the last Tesla is about ready to go. And he's already dropped wizards on the outside of the base for cleanup. Hog raids can be really time consuming, so you want to try to get your wizards down as fast as you can. But just make sure that all the defenses are gone before you do drop those hogs in that particular area. So if your hogs are over here, as soon as they leave that area and they go into this area, drop wizards. And just work your wizards around as you're watching your hogs. You also need to be deploying wizards as you're doing your heal spells and watching your hogs. So it's a very complicated attack, but it is extremely overpowered if you know how to do it correctly and if you have the correct base that you're attacking. This is going to be another hog raid, and Steve-O got lucky because the bases that he attacked, I think it was 6 and 8, the exact same base. So I mean, if you attack, you do it once and you get 3 stars, you better be able to get 3 stars the second time, especially if the base that you're attacking the second time around is easier than the base that you attacked the first time around. So yeah, he did an awesome job. Drops a poison spell, starts getting that dragon and balloon to get their life down, and just surrounds it with archers, and that dragon is almost done. So now he's going to send in his golem and a couple wall breakers to get inside of that base. And once again, the goal here is just to get that queen distracted. Once that queen's distracted, you can. He should have actually waited on those hogs maybe a little bit, but get that queen distracted, and you really want to take the queen out. So there goes the king and queen, and they're going to go in there and they're just going to take out that queen real quick. So you pretty much don't have to worry about anything with that now, because they're going to take her out. And she's really the biggest threat other than double bombs. And there aren't any double bombs on this whole base. And he really took advantage of that by using Hiker in the way through the core. He's already got all of his deployed. His king and queen are in there doing some work. The king just went down. Used just tripped the special ability. And now he's just going to more or less keep an eye on his hogs and keep them healed up as best as possible. I think he's got one last heal spell, but I don't even know that he uses it. He doesn't necessarily need it. He's got 1 Tesla left and 1 mortar. Mortar just went down. There goes the last Tesla. Skeletons are done, and that is the rest of this base. The only thing he's really that was a threat was taking out that king right there, but he had so many wizards left over. They just jumped on that king and took it out pretty quickly, while the queen was trying to take out the king as well. So we're going to ×4 this because it's the end of the raid. And yeah, he did an awesome job. And next raid is going to be Steve-O again. And I mean, like I said, just same base. You never want to have 2 people in your clan with identical bases, because if you can figure out how to 3-star it, then you pretty much are gonna lose 6 stars right off the bat. If they can figure out how to 3-star it once, then they're gonna do it again. So just keep that in mind. If somebody has a really good base design and you like it, you can modify it a little bit, but do not do an exact copy, which is exactly what these guys did. So I mean, if this looks familiar, or whatever, there's good reason for it. And like I said, this base is actually easier. Some of the defenses are slightly lower. I think the king and queen are lower as well. And the king got in there a little better this time, took out that queen, and the king was taking out the queen while the hogs were deployed, rather than the last time it kind of jumped the gun a little bit. Knew where that giant bomb was, so he was able to pre-heal for it, and the hogs are just kind of ripping through the base. And I don't know if he uses all of his heals on this one either. Yeah, he uses all of his heals on, unlike the other one. He used all of his heals on this one. But I mean, he's just had a group of hogs up top here left over. A couple down here. They take out the skeletons. Pesky little skellies. And that's pretty much it. Just wipe that base out. So Steve-O got 6 stars that war. He was my vote for MVP, but... Or actually, I think Trayman was my vote for MVP. Trayman's going to get it this war, so he did an awesome job. These are Blaine's Town Hall 8, so I'm not actually going to show that, but I'll show this because this is a Town Hall 8 versus a Town Hall 8. And it was a really good attack. This is Blue doing a go wipe, so she sends in a couple of golems. Now, she should have sent in her wizards already. She waited just a tiny bit too long, I think, to send in those wizards. Should have, like I said, should have sent him in already. That way she could get those Clan Castle troops taken care of as quickly as possible. Also, there was no poison spell used right there, which I think was also a bad thing. But there goes that dragon. It's done and over with. She's got her P.E.K.K.A.s out there. Wizards are going around. King is out in front of the wizards. So doing a really good job of keeping the P.E.K.K.A.s and King and golems in front of the wizards because I'm going to say it over and over again, but you want those wizards to stay alive. If they don't stay alive, then you're probably not going to get the 3-star. So important to be able to get those wizards to stay alive because they can shoot over walls. Another rage spell, taking out that king real quick so that way the king doesn't beat down on her golems. And now she's got her king in the core, raged using the ability of the barbarian king, and wizards on the outside still taking out everything. And see how that P.E.K.K.A. is staying in front, and all of her wizards are right behind it on either side of the base, right here and here, which is allowing her to tank for everything. And then the barbarian king is out in front of these wizards, tanking as well. So she's just got everything tanking for her, and it's all going really, really well. And you can see that there's just no coming back from this. It's basically over with. Good job, Blue. J-Dog. These are Town Hall 9s. So I'm not going to actually show those because it's just basically people kind of beating up on some of these other bases. Now this one I want to show because this is, what was it? This is the one I wanted to show. This is Macius Jerry taking on a Town Hall 7 with his Town Hall 7. He's got level 1 dragons. Does a really good job. So uses 3 lightning spells, takes out that air defense, and now there's only 1 air defense left on the whole base. So he's just going his dragons and get that air defense taken care of. And we're going to ×2 that. Kind of clusters them up a little bit so that way that max level dragon gets taken care of right away. And there goes that air defense. And now it's basically, I mean, you have a wizard tower and 2 archer towers left. And, oh, there's a Tesla on the whole base. So there's really nothing that they could do against it. And even with level 1 dragons, I mean, they're low. They're not max, but that was a really, really good attack. And I mean, it was planned out really well. He did a really good job. He actually still had a Clan Castle dragon left over. Didn't even use it. And look how many dragons are left. That was a really, really good raid. Let's see here. I think I'll do Jesus's raid, and I think we'll just finish with this one. So, once again, we have this. Jesus doesn't have 10 dragons. He can't hold max troops yet. Still working on it, I assume. So we have 9 dragons. There's your lightning spells, taking out the air defense. So once again, there's only 1 air defense left on the whole base. He lines out all the dragons and puts Clan Castle full of balloons on. Honestly, probably should have waited just a little bit longer with those balloons, because what's going to happen is that dragon's just going to shred right through them. I think that for those balloons, the wizard tower. I don't know if that other defense even went down from it or not. So it wasn't the best, but still worked because level 2 dragons. so his dragons are a lot stronger. Work his way through the base now. I mean, there's no air defenses left. 2 archer towers and a Tesla, and this base is done and over with. So really, really good job, Jesus. Keep up the good work, buddy. Alright, and I think that's about the end of this one. I want to go into the new war. Go into this war log. Actually, current war, I should say. We're getting ready to have another victory. So I think this is like our 6th in a row. We're doing really, really well lately. Just on a hell of a win streak. But I wanted to show just one more raid, which is Trayman doing a hog raid on his mirror, number 5. Did a really, really good job. So Trips gets the 2 Skelly Traps and the Clan Castle Dragon. So draws all those out with the golem, or takes them over to this side of the base using a golem. Gets the Queen's attention, and the Clan Castle troops are over there now. So deployed over here as well. I don't know if all of them get used. There's 5 left still. Queen's gone. The enemy queen's gone, and the dragon's gone now. King took a walk. Funnel wasn't created quite well enough, so that's okay. And now here goes your hog deployment. See, the nice thing was, while this king was still tanking, he used his hogs from the same side that the king was tanking from. So that's really nice because it was distracting all these defenses and that X-bow. So you got X-bow, archer tower, wizard tower, and cannon all being distracted. So that way your hog space almost completely untouched, which is a really, really awesome. I mean, they took out 1, 2, 3, 4 defenses, and they're just now getting hit. So they got 4 defenses pretty much for free. And now he's going to start using his spells. See how much he got for that because he had a good, solid tank. I mean, he sacrificed his king for it, but it was still because his king took that walk and everything, it was a very good recovery on his part, being able to use his king. Throws a couple more hogs on the backside here, and throws a heal over those last remaining hogs, and actually still has a heal left in the bag. Just did a really, really good job. Tore up that base. Awesome job. And actually had, I want to say they still had a couple wizards left. Yeah. Deployed all of his wizards in one spot, which I probably would have suggested to spread those out a little bit. But, I mean, still had plenty of time. Did a really, really good job with that raid. All right. Well, that's about all I want to show. We had a few really good attacks this war. I unfortunately do not know exactly who attacked really well and who didn't because I didn't look at all of them on this war, but I'm pretty sure we're going to win. We actually have a live... Oh, wow. The number 1 guy is attacking our number 14. That's like a desperate cry for help right there. That means that they're not going to be able to come out of this one. That's exactly what that means. And I'm going to guess that and 11 guy will not be attacking this war because they have 7 minutes. So, yeah, I'd say that we've pretty much got this thing won. Good job to everybody on the war, and I'll see you around. Clash it out.